Andrea, this is Donnie. I'm going to make this video to show you how to update your Facebook page upcoming events tab. So let me show you what you're going to need to do that. First off, I want to take you to your Facebook page. Down here, scroll down a little bit, you'll see the Welcome to SRCC. I just want to show you what we're going to be changing. When you get to this is your custom tab. Or it's really a custom page now. The tabs used to be up top. Now they've moved them over here. And in our process, using this application that we're using, you're actually creating two different tabs, so that confuse you. Your Welcome to SRCC page is there. Brings you your Welcome, which is what it defaults to. And then you have your Upcoming Events tab here. This is what I want to show you how to change and add to as you need to. So you can see here all these different events that you've done, and some of them, I think the way we have it set up is some of them actually link to specific registration on the Shelby View. In most cases, if they didn't go to Shelby View, I just had them go to your website. I figured that if nothing else, they could get to your website and learn about that information. So rather than, my opinion is, if you want to link them somewhere other than Shelby View, always link them to your website. So that's how I set it up. So how do we add these images? Obviously, these images are the ones that you gave me and you created them. So what happens if you're now in control of this? How do you get those images from your computer onto this? So let me show you what you're going to need. First off, you're going to need to go to photobucket.com. Real simple, photobucket.com. You're going to need to log in. Now, I have already sent you the username and password, but it's real simple. It's Saturn Road done that particular way, the capital R and the capital S. And the password is simply, well, I won't say what it is, but you'll know what it is when you get to it. Except I can't type. There we go. That should log me in. Okay. So now we're in PhotoBucket. Now there's a lot of things you can do with PhotoBucket, and I just don't want you to get overwhelmed by this. There's really what you're going to do. I'm going to show you the steps that you're going to use to create here. This is what you ultimately want to do. So you'll have these images. So I'm going to show you. This is how all these images are now uploaded. But I'm going to show you how to do one as if you were starting from scratch. I just have one album. Everything can go into one album, and for what you're doing, I think that's fine. Again, there's different ways to use PhotoBucket, but for this is only being used for the Facebook page. So what you want to do is when you get to the login, this is the page you're going to be taken to. I didn't go to, I mean, this is where it took me to. So at this point, you'll scroll up to say Upload Now. Now, this is real simple because you just simply have to select the photo that you want to go and upload. So if I was to go to your page and find the upcoming events, I could click any of these that you sent me, and obviously we'd be looking on your computer. You find where you want them. When you've got one done, you open it, and when you do that, all you have to do, well, I'll just show you how to do it. Let me just give you an example. I'm going to go back to my folder where I have all your stuff in. So let's just use WorkCamp. So I'm going to open that, and what that's going to do is it's uploading it to PhotoBucket. After you just have to say save and continue to my album. Actually, it's been uploaded. Save and continue to my album. So wait for a second. And at this point, you can see now that WorkCamp is in there twice. Now, by the way, you can upload multiple images at one time. You don't have to. I uploaded all 5 of those at one time. You just select, I think, the control key on your keyboard, and select all the pictures you want. Upload. It'll do 1 of 7, of 11, or 1 of 2, whatever you set up for. Now this is running a little slow. I'll refresh my browser here because it's not showing me everything I want. Okay, here we go. So now what you need to do is once you have all the images uploaded, they'll look like this. You'll go over and hover over All you do is put your mouse and you just hover over it. When it does it, it kind of pops off the screen there a little bit. You want to go down to the second one, not the first, third, or fourth one, but this direct link. That's the one that works. The others don't work. Or if they do, it's real sporadic. But this one works all the time. So all you do is click it once. It'll say, you see where it said copied? Try another one. Click it, copied. What that means is that it has saved that. Now I could open up just kind of any old WordPad, paste it in, and there's the link that I'm looking for. In fact, what you could do is open up a notepad if you had multiple ones to copy. Go back to your notepad and just paste them in. Now this is kind of when I set yours up just so I can get all the links all at one time. I think I just clicked it too fast. You know, you get the idea of what I'm doing here. So basically all these have a server where they're stored at. In your particular album, Saturn Road, and here's the name of the file. So all of these, you need these URLs to make this work. Okay? So once you have all those copied that you want, here's what you do. At that point, you're done with PhotoBucket. So again, you've uploaded all the videos you want. I'll just go through that again. See the tip to hold control and down to do multiple ones. You select the photos, and then at this point, I'm going to click one. I'm going to hold my control button down, and I can just click away. I can do all of them that I want. Hit open, and it'll just do all of them at the same time. So that's good. So now, once you've got them all uploaded, and you can, if you ever need to go back, you just go to My Albums, and there they are. And again, you just hover over, click the direct link, and just click it once until it's copied, and you're good to go. Then you paste it, got it separate. Now you know what your URL is. Now we need to go put this in a place so that it shows up here. So how do we do that? All right, this is done through a WordPress system. Now, I want to be very clear. This is not the WordPress for your website. It looks very similar, and somebody who may have worked on your website say, this looks like it is for my website. It's not. It's a subdomain of a site that we have called DFW Duct Tape Coach. We run all our Facebook pages off of this. So the username and password may be very similar. I will have emailed those to you as well. But it is not the same WordPress as your website, church website. This is a separate thing, but it looks very similar. So once you've done this, you'll log in. Now, at this point, there are really two pages. And the two pages are going to be welcome and upcoming events. That's how it creates the tabs, is at the number of pages on your WordPress site. And there they are. There's two pages. So how I got to that is once I've logged in to WordPress, I'm brought to this dashboard. Now, I would tell you just to not do anything else on here except you can click pages here or you can click it here. It's easier just to click it right here. So I'm going to click it right there, hit two pages, hit the word pages, and it brings up the two pages. Now, the welcome is for this tab right here. All the information that you see, there you go, it shows up on that one. On the upcoming events, that's what's going to show up. Now I'm going to do something because it drives me nuts. Sorry, I've got to take care of this. This little, what I'm changing is that little gray bar. It's going to drive you insane as it would me. So I'm going to click a little button here, take that off right there. All right. Now when we're going back to viewing the site, that gray bar doesn't there, and it's just kind of a nuisance. So we'll take a second. Everything loaded. It's low on my end today. There we go. So click upcoming events so we can see all the events now. So we go back to pages. And again, if I'm at another place, I basically click pages over here. I go over here to upcoming events. I can click edit or I can hit the word, either one, upcoming events, the phrase. I'll just click edit. Don't ever hit edit or trash view. Just click the word edit. Okay. Now, here are the actual images themselves, and they're put in. But let me show you the way that we're going to do this. It's kind of an old school way of doing it, but it's the easiest way to do it because of if you try to upload the images right here on this picker setup, you're going to end up storing the images on this site, which is not what we want to do. We want them stored. They're already stored over here on PhotoBucket. So what we're going to do is over here, it says visual. That's what you're seeing. We want to click the HTML. Now this looks kind of like a foreign language, but it is what all websites are written in is HTML language in the back end, and then they have systems like WordPress that make it more of a visual look here, but ultimately this is what runs everything. So what we're going to do is this right here is what runs that right there. So what we're going to do is first off, you would need to figure out is what order you want your videos, your images to be played to show in. For instance, I put them in date order, May 25th, June 5th, etc., etc. I think I missed one there, but you get the idea. So find out what order you want them in, and some may go off and some may stay on. What you've got here, each of these, there's a 2-line code for every image. The first line, for the most part, is where it links to. So for instance, this right here, this href, a space href, see the quotation mark there? Not there. And then it closes over the quotation mark here. This in between here is where you want it to go to link. Pretty simple. So you can see here, if you look at this one and this one and this one, most of them all say SaturnRoad.org, except for a couple of them that have it go to this Shelby View, Shelby Web View, which is your registration. And then at that point, the next thing you do is this image source, and it's indicated by this align center. That just centers it on the actual page. We want them to be centered. That's fine. So we don't change anything with that. The source, so basically the logic is, where do you want the images to pull from? What server do you want these images to pull from? And as you can see, it's pretty obvious. It's the PhotoBucket. So all you have to do is go in here and copy. I'll do it this way. So you copy, and back to this. The key thing is to not get rid. If you delete that quotation mark, it will not work. So you make sure you just delete, things in between here. What a lot of times I'll do is delete things off. Now you've got the quotation marks with your cursor in between, and then I can paste in my URL that I copied from when I was in PhotoBucket. And it really is that simple. Once you've done that, you don't want to change anything with this. This will always be 480px. Don't want to change anything with these brackets. The only two places you need to change are if the link changes, make sure it stays within the quotation marks there. And this target equals blank always has to be there, so that way when you're in your Facebook page, it opens up to a new window or a new tab. Okay, so if I click here, see how it opens up in a new tab? You definitely want it to do that. And then, so all you have to do is change the link here within these quotations, and then the image source from PhotoBucket, you just change it to right here. And then when you're done, you can see any that you don't want anymore, you just delete. I just hit my delete key, and then when you're done, you click update, and when you've done that, you pretty much updated your page. Now I'm going to leave the page because I don't want this stuff to save. Okay, so at this point, if you were to refresh the page, then you would see all your new images up there, and it's that simple how to change out the images as you need to. If you are at a position where you needed to change some of these around, you can always copy and paste this and move it down below here. But you get the idea. Let me know if you ever have any questions about setting this up. Appreciate it. Thanks.